So with that, I want to mention and introduce you to my mentor here, the amazing, wonderful Mike, who I had actually been following Mike for a number of months, not stalking him or anything creepy or scary like that, but I mean his training. He is known as a network marketing trainer. He is a strong believer, and I've seen some of his teaching, I've watched him, and I remember thinking that, wow, if ever I had the opportunity to be on a team with Mike, that would just be stellar. That would be great. Well, lo and behold, I happened to see a video just kind of popped up on my screen, right? And I saw that Mike was saying that Holton Buggs, our chief example officer, right, was launching a new company. And I thought, Mike is promoting this. Oh, hot dog, I want to find out what it is. And I got in touch with Mike, and right from the get-go, I said, I want to do this. I was excited about it. So I want to introduce Mike to you. Mike is in Ohio, and he is a network marketing professional. He also has owned several companies. He, in addition to that, he consults with companies. He helps put compensation plans together. He is a coach and mentor to many people. Mike, I'm so glad that you could be with us today, and please just share why iBuumerang, why now. There was also, something that you saw in iBuumerang, and this was kind of the little tease that I mentioned to people, that there were two things that you saw on the inside, and with all your years of experience, you'd never seen anything like that with another company. Could you please share a little of your background and why is this different, please?
Sure, you can hear me good first, right?
Yes, I can.
Everybody good? Okay. Well, first off, I have to compliment you guys for everything that you've done. Lorette, obviously, for reaching out to me and, watching some of the stuff I'd put out there. And it was just exciting to talk to you. And when you asked me that, we were only, a couple days into the thing when you asked me what I really liked about it. And it just felt like we were having fun again, which is pretty amazing. And then obviously you got Terry and Felicia in this thing. And holy smokes, you guys are studs and studettes. I'm not kidding. I mean, it's exciting to finally have somebody that can compete with me when it comes to recruiting. So kudos to you, my man. Kudos. So because it's very rare that anybody out recruits me in companies. So I expect you to do it. Okay, gonna hold you up to it. Sound good? All right, good. So anyhow, so let me just because I don't want to take a lot of everybody's time here, because you guys have done a great job sharing everything. But like Lorette said, I've been in network marketing since I was in. It's been about 23 or so years. I basically did it full time. I was a seven-figure earner. Over that span of years, I brought in quite a bit of money. I've had my major ups and my major downs. We've had some some home runs and some total strikeouts. Okay, and like everybody, and I got to the point where I started learning. One of my other professions is I know a lot about internet marketing when it comes to like Google ads, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, things like that. So I have that on the side as one of my businesses, because I've been doing that for about 11 years. And one of the things is I get paid quite a bit of money to put marketing strategies together for companies. And my number one thing that they pay me to do is customer acquisition. Okay, so this is stuff that's already in my head when I started to look at this. Understand that when I was approached with this opportunity with iBuumerang, I was not looking for anything. In fact, I ignored the first 15, not one, not two, first 15 texts that the guy that introduced me to this sent to me. I wasn't in the mood. I had already done networking and said I would never do it again, even though I'd had a successful career. Okay, but I just felt like I was going to move on. It seemed like everything else out there was a Me Too product or a Me Too service. There was no differentiators. I think that's the word I'm looking for, that separated anything from anything. So it was just like, okay, let's try to drag these people into this company just because it's 5 days old versus 7 days old. And that's really what it was. It became this churn, and I lost my heart for networking. It wasn't until my sponsor, we started talking, told me that it was Holton Buggs who had launched the company. Okay, now you may or may not be familiar with Holton, but here's the equivalent of what you have your hands on with Holton at the helm of this thing. If you were in investment banking, or your business was, investments or whatever, right? And Warren Buffett invited you to learn from him to make as much money as you possibly could make, more than likely, if you were smart, you would at least take a listen. And that's kind of the equivalent of what I had, because I had known that Holton Buggs is the single largest income earner that's documented in the history of network marketing over how many years this is. I mean, it's over 100 year old industry, if I'm not mistaken, that he is the single largest money earner in the history of network marketing. The other thing too is he has been the brokest of broke guys in network marketing as well for many, many years before he really hit his niche. Okay. And that's what's nice, is he knows every aspect of it. So when he talks to people, he can relate to them from a standpoint of a position he has been in before. He knows where networkers are at. He knows what it feels like to have your hopes dashed because you tried something else and it did not work. So the number one reason, and what I tell people about why I think this is so important, why this is such a good opportunity, is the ability to be mentored first and foremost by a gentleman who's been in the industry that can teach you exactly what it takes to make some very, very significant money. Okay, so that's kind of the other thing. One of the other points is I had no idea how big the travel industry was. Okay, I've been in companies before where we're always talking about it's $1 billion industry, and $1 billion's a lot. $1 billion is a lot. But when I heard, because I have no idea why I didn't know this earlier, but that the travel industry is an $8 trillion with a T, $8 trillion current industry, not growing to, not going to be, distant future. $8 trillion is on the table in that company. You don't need too big of a slice of $1 trillion pie to make any money. You basically need an aroma. Okay, that's basically how I look at it. It's an industry that has so much money in it that it's insane. So if you think about it, we've got the biggest industry probably out there, which is travel. It is so easy to talk about because everybody wants to do it. We are not charging anybody to be a customer. We are actually they were going to take their money and spend it. We just say, don't spend as much. In a nutshell, it's what we're doing, is you don't have to spend as much because we're going to let you save money on that. One of the things that I knew, here's why I didn't have to see a lot about the customer side of this, because I am married to probably one of the most frugal people on the planet. And when I say, and because I'm not allowed to say my wife's cheap anymore, so it's frugal or value conscious. That's the term. Okay. Okay. So I've learned to correctly say, she's corrected me. But my wife is the type of person that doesn't just want a deal. She needs the thing to go multi-steps down. Like she won't go, if she goes to the grocery store, she will go buy the gift cards first to get the points, then go to the place, or if we're going out to eat, she'll go buy the gift card first, get it at a discount, get the points that work towards the gasoline discounts, to get her more money. I mean, it's just how she thinks this stuff is out is incredible. So she, the day after I enrolled, spent 4 hours on the customer site looking at all the deals. And I said, is it legit? Because if it's legit, we're going to go after this thing as hard as we can. And she said, it absolutely is. And she's already because the company only launched a little over 60 some days ago, right? I think we're less than 70 days old. She's gotten 3 hotel rooms. Every one of them was a minimum of $50 savings, maximum of $80 savings. A couple of them were, pretty good. And she rented a car. Now, back to what I started. And I'm going to kick it back over to you in a second. I hope I'm not rambling here, but, am I good? Give me a thumbs up if I'm good, you guys, because I see you see me. Okay. So here's the other thing, is I talked about how I got into marketing. Like what's cool about some of the stuff that I get to do is, like, one of my clients pays, they give me $250,000 a year to spend of their money to advertise. Okay. So customer acquisition is a huge thing in my mind on what I have to do for these people. Okay. Because they pay me a lot of money to do it. Now, here's the big picture, is this is so cool that Holton set this up, is we're giving away something for free, giving people a good experience to be able to basically get 5-star places for 3-star prices. Okay. Now, bigger picture here is this, is once those customers are acquired, we don't have to cater to them anymore, because the company and the technology they already have in place will actually help upsell or resell those same customers for you on your behalf. Okay, a perfect example. My wife, before, was going to a trip to Dallas, Texas, and she went online, looked at Dallas, Texas hotels, but didn't book anything. The next day, she got an email that said, we saw, this is from the website itself, from the actual platform, the travel platform. Hey, Stacy, we saw that you looked up for hotels in Dallas, Texas. So did we. Here's a few more options. And she actually picked one of those options. Then after she booked that, the next email that came was, hey, Stacy, congratulations on your savings. Now that you're going on your trip, perhaps you need this. And it actually gave her the rental car options to upsell that she did get a rental car down there. And it also gave her restaurants, because one of the things we have, restaurants.com, is catered on there. So literally the system upsold the customer without us having to do it. If you think about this, we're going to have, and Terry did a great job of explaining this, but you understand that we will have probably around 3 to 5 million customers by the end of this year with this company. Okay. Those can be your customers, or you can watch us, all of us, make the money on those, but that's what they're predicted to do. Okay. When that customer base is that large, our company has so much leverage to add other services that you can think of. You can think of movie tickets, gasoline discounts, insurance of different types. That's the bigger picture. Like Terry wasn't exaggerating and wasn't making it up about 7-figure incomes on people just getting customers, because today a customer might be worth $300-400 to you, but next year or 2 years, that same customer might be worth $2,000-3,000 a year to you, because of all those things that they're going to be able to upsell. I totally I went off on this one, didn't I, Lorette? I'm sorry. I know I was supposed to have a short portion here, but anyhow, so here's what this is me just saying, and I'll be quiet then after this, because I know you were going to take questions or whatever. But I would tell you that, because to me it was like, okay, it cost me $49 to become a TSA. Then I can pick a package. I wanted the biggest package because I wanted the biggest chance to get customers. Plus they got some, a lot more perks with that. I was going to treat it like a business. I was going to go for it. And I went out there and rolled it. To start a business with this kind of potential for under 50 grand is incredible, let alone just about $1,000, depending on what somebody comes in at. I thought, what the heck, let's go for it. And so far, I mean, the check I got this week, and after only 60 days, the check I got this week was absolutely incredible for the work we'd already done. And it wasn't just because of what I did. It was because the team is out there doing stuff and so on. And that's the cool potential about what you have your hands on here. So I would tell you, get started as quick as possible, because this train's moving. It's going to go with or without you. And the best time to catch a wave is not after it went past you, but paddle now while that wave is getting ready to crest. And then you'll be kind of carried by the momentum. So Dr. Lorette, I'm going to pass it back to you. Thank you.